Wolfchase Toyota Insider of the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Natalie Poole and Coach Softball team getting ready to start conference play this weekend, and we'll talk about that series of the UCF in a moment. But overall this season, as you enter conference play, kind of give us your overall thoughts. Are you about where you thought you'd be? I know you've kind of still got a young ball club out there.
We do. We are young, but I feel like we are talented. I think that we are a better team. We're a better offensive team. It's nice that we've been able to see as we've kind of gotten a little bit deeper into our schedule. You know, we've had contributions from parts of the lineup that we have not seen. And so, now we're getting a little bit thicker through the entire lineup. So I'm really happy about that.
With a young team, you're over 500. That's always good as you go to conference play, not digging yourself out of a hole.
It is. We definitely wanted to be out and ahead, and I'm proud of the girls. We've had some tough games. We've come out on top. We've had a few bad games, but overall, I think that we're recovering better, and I think that we feel more confident in our ability to be able to win any ball game.
Let's talk about the last week. Let's go back to last Tuesday, your home openers at the Tiger Softball Complex on the Park Avenue campus. Some exciting games against Jackson State. That first one, a pretty big thriller. You had to come from behind, a 6-5 win. You came from behind late, and then you took care of business pretty early in an 8-0 win in Game 2.
They're a very well-coached team, pretty talented, but we definitely should be able to beat them every day. And so, we got ourselves behind a little bit. We got hit a little bit hard, and so I was happy to see us be able to come from behind. It was definitely pleasing for the girls. And then from there, we just built some momentum and did a great job in the second game, had some nice big hits come about. And so it was nice to see a team contribution right there.
Anytime you get that come from behind game and win in Game 1, usually that propels you with that momentum into Game 2.
It does. Momentum is everything. And so it's nice to be able to have had it on our side going into that second game. And I felt like we played the second game a lot better than how we played the first game.
Let's go to the next day. You went over to UCA, a tough place to win in Conway. Took a 9-1 loss to Central Arkansas.
We didn't play well at all. We didn't pitch well. We didn't play good defense. And, it's easy to kind of blame a little bit of the surface. The surface is all turf. Their infield, outfield, everything is turf. And so the surface is a little different. However, I just didn't feel like we played real well at all. And so offensively, we didn't do what we needed to do against their number one. And so, they came out on top. I was happy to see us recover the next day and, be able to come up with a sweep the next day. So I'm really pleased that we came out 4-1 on the week. However, I'd like to have been 5-0, of course.
You mentioned being 4-1 and getting that sweep. You swept Pine Bluff at Pine Bluff, an 8-3 and a 10-2 win.
We did, and I think we had maybe 4 or 5 home runs. We had some, people who don't get to see the field every day that got a chance to come in and play and get some hits and contribute, and so gave us our pitchers an opportunity to recover after the day before, come back, throw a little bit better, work on a few things, and so it was a nice way to end the week.
Well, 4-1 last week, and you're looking toward conference play this weekend. I know you've got a couple of midweek games, so let's talk about the game Wednesday against Arkansas. That's going to actually be over in Sherwood, Arkansas.
It is. We're going to travel over to around the Little Rock area and meet them, and evidently that was a relationship that existed before I got here. We weren't able to make it work the first couple of years I was here, but we've made it happen for this year. Look forward to going and playing a good competitor. They're a good team in the SEC, and they took a win from a game from Tennessee this past weekend. And so I know that it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a good game. It should be a good matchup.
Get a chance to get them. It's not really a neutral site. It's not going to be their home field in Fayetteville.
That's right.
You're still deep in Arkansas territory in
That's
Little Rock.
right.
Is that something in the future you'd like to maybe try to get a home and home with them?
It's something to consider, but they're pretty far away from us. It's easy for us to play Mississippi State, Ole Miss, some of those schools. It's even a little bit far for us to get to Tennessee in a midweek, but we at this point want to see how this goes, see how this game goes, and then just kind of decide from there whether we want to continue that relationship in the future. But they are a tough team. It's a good midweek game for us heading into the weekend with Central Florida. Central Florida's pitching well. And so we'd like to see some good pitching in the midweek.
Before we get specifically into UCF this weekend, you'll be down there Saturday and Sunday. Your thoughts, and I know you kind of scoreboard watch, all the coaches look at what's going on around the league. What are your thoughts of the Americans so far, kind of its non-conference portion?
I'm actually quite impressed with what I'm seeing all the way around. I think Rutgers is doing well, UConn's doing pretty well, and so is Temple. And so even the teams that right now aren't maybe ranked or close to that mark are having some winning seasons so far and seem to be doing fairly good in the preseason. USF, they're doing really well as expected. They have a senior pitcher that looks really good right now. Louisville's competing pretty well. Houston's doing real well. They're hitting the ball real well right now. And Central Florida, while I feel like their hitting is okay, I feel like their pitching is what's kind of keeping them in some ball games and helping them win also. So I'm not certain at this point, if there's a team or two that might even have a losing record at this point in the American. And so I think it says a lot about the conference. It's exciting to be a part of that. Of course I want to go in and do well, and I know that we're going to have to show up every single weekend to be able to finish on top.
We kind of lucked out first weekend with the way the conference goes north to south. You'll be going south and not up into the end of the cold weather, because I think they're getting snow again in the Northeast this week. So you'll go down to Orlando. You mentioned already they're pitching pretty strong. Offensively, your ball club is vastly improved, so it'll be an interesting dynamic to watch your improved offense against their solid pitching.
Absolutely. We're number one looking forward to going to 80-degree weather. Yeah. That's exciting because we know the next weekend we go up to UConn, and so it's going to be a challenge. We looked at the 10-day forecast, and it doesn't look too good. So we're going to enjoy this weekend. We look forward to good weather. We look forward to going down there and really trying to tackle getting past their number one and their number two pitchers, and because we know that's what we're going to face. One of them is going to probably pitch 2 games, one of them is going to pitch 1 game, and we've got to be able to get past that.
Coach, thanks a lot. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That is head coach Natalie Poole. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.